Netflix has built quite a reputation for bringing intense action films over the years, each one pushing the limits with daring stunts and intense shootouts. From vampire hunters to elite mercenaries on impossible missions, the streaming giant knows how to keep us glued to the screen. And that's why we bring these Netflix original action films to satisfy your adrenaline today. Take a closer look at some of the best titles that showcase the thrilling side of Netflix. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe for more deep dives into the cinematic universe. Havoc will wreak havoc on your screen with an action-packed story starring Tom Hardy. The film is directed and written by the mastermind behind The Raid and Gangs of London, Gareth Evans. Hardy plays an anti-hero detective named Patrick Walker, and Jessie May Lee acts as his rookie partner Ellie. The movie also stars heavyweights like Forrest Whitaker and Timothy Oliphant. The story is set in the aftermath of a cartel heist that goes wrong.
What brings you boys here? We don't want to miss out on all the fun.
Walker and Ellie face the criminal underworld on rain-soaked streets with brutal ambushes. They also face Oliphant's detestable dirty cop. The violent climax shows us a chaotic shootout in a fishing shack and a nightclub assault. There is nothing new that can properly sum up Evans's brilliant direction. Fans loved the movie for its mind-blowing choreography and relentless pace.
Vampires, they live amongst us. And all they are is murderers.
Day Shift gave Netflix a fresh spin on the action comedy genre with its supernatural twist. Directed by J.J. Perry, who was a stunt coordinator back in his days, this movie brings non-stop action to your screen. You will find outrageous vampire-slaying sequences where Jamie Foxx leads the cast as Bud Jablonski. Working as a struggling pool cleaner, he is secretly a vampire hunter. Alongside him, Dave Franco brings in hilarious awkwardness as a rookie partner. But the show stealer is Snoop Dogg, who appears as a cowboy-style hunter, adding both swagger and humor.
Oh no!
The plot grows around Bud as he tries to prove himself to the vampire hunting union his suspensions. But at the same time, he has to face off a powerful vampire queen threatening Los Angeles. This Netflix original action film is full of creative fight choreography that combines martial arts and wire work. Perry's background in stunt work gives us a brilliant direction of inventive action.
Do have purpose.
When Netflix released The Old Guard in 2020, it immediately stood out as one of the platform's most ambitious action films. Gina Prince Bythewood's direction adapted Greg Rucka's comic book, and the result was The Old Guard. The film brings a refreshing twist to the genre by combining immortal warriors with modern-day mercenary storytelling. Charlize Theron leads the cast as Andromache of Scythia, better known as Andy. She is the centuries-old warrior who leads a small band of immortals, secretly fighting to protect humanity.
Shouldn't have done that. We don't have all the answers.
Unlike typical action films, The Old Guard has an emotional story to balance the brutal fight sequences. The immortals show us the burden of living forever and losing people along the way. Charlize Theron's performance received widespread praise, especially for her stoic yet vulnerable portrayal of Andy. The first film's success paved the way for a sequel, which came out in July 2025.
This ain't gonna end well for you. Really?
Netflix's bold Western movie, The Harder They Fall, is unique for its predominant black cast at the forefront. With Jamie Samuel in direction, the film stars Jonathan Majors as Nat Love, an outlaw who discovers that his longtime enemy has been released from prison. Idris Elba plays the enemy Rufus Buck, with commanding presence. Determined to get revenge, Nat gathers his gang, including Zazie Beetz and Delroy Lindo. On the other side, Rufus forms his own crew, where we see Regina King and Lakeith Stanfield.
On the head of an angel. Hands of the Father, don't trust about to be you. Faithful to the end.
A tale of revenge in the stylized Wild West. This is not the first time we're seeing something like this, but it's the execution that makes this movie memorable. Jamie Samuel is known for his work in music, and he brings that same rhythm to the film. The shootouts are choreographed almost like music videos, with a modern soundtrack that keeps ringing in your mind. Many of the characters were inspired by real black figures from the Old West, giving the film a layer of cultural significance.
Crashland, here we all die. Lose the money!
Triple Frontier quickly got attention for its impressive all-star cast. The film is about 5 ex-Special Forces operatives, played by Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Pedro Pascal, and Garrett Hedlund. The group reunites for one last mission. They plan to rob a South American drug lord's mansion. The mission was supposed to be a straightforward heist, but it quickly gets out of control. Triple Frontier takes a slower, more intense approach.
It's always a little harder than you think it's gonna be.
It's too late to walk away.
Unlike many Netflix original action films, the director J.C. Chandor focuses on the psychological toll of violence and greed. Performances from Oscar Isaac and Ben Affleck were praised for adding depth to what could have been a standard heist movie. The action sequences bring you jungle ambushes and perilous mountain escapes. The cinematography captures both the beauty and danger of the landscapes, making the environment itself feel like an antagonist.
Untuk menetralisir, bukan untuk mau atau bernegosiasi. Ini jatuh 13.
From blade stabs to gunfire, the action never relents in The Shadow Strays. The film tells us the story of a ruthless assassin who finds her humanity by saving a little boy named Monji. With Timo Tjahjanto's masterful direction in action films, Aurora Ribeiro delivers a raw, focused performance, balancing silent rage with subtle empathy. After a failed hit in Japan, Aurora's character Codename 13 is grounded in Jakarta, and in the rain-drenched streets of Jakarta, she befriends Monji, an 11-year-old who had her mother killed by a trafficker.
13.
When Monji disappears as well, 13 breaks every rule to save him. She even faces off against her own deadly organization, the Shadows. Keeping Timo's signature, this movie combines traditional Indonesian martial arts silat with gunplay and knife fighting. And with the bone-crunching hand-to-hand combat, The Shadow Strays earned critical acclaim for its atmosphere and violence.
I'm not in. People getting hurt now.
Rebel Ridge is a tense and politically charged action thriller on Netflix. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, the film has an uncompromising style. The film stars Aaron Pierre in the lead role, alongside Don Johnson, Anna Sophia Robb, and James Cromwell. Rebel Ridge tells the story of a man living in a small American town who gets caught up in a clash with the corrupt authorities. It may seem like a personal conflict at first, but it soon escalates into a broader battle against systemic injustice.
Suspect is armed. He goes down. He does not get back up.
Unlike straightforward shoot-'em-up action flicks, Rebel Ridge mixes explosive sequences with critical social commentary. It shows us the racial inequality and the abuse of power in American society. The film also brings tense car chases and close-quarters fights if you want some adrenaline. Being a reflection of real-world struggles, this one is a bold addition to Netflix's action library.
I'm not brave.
You rescue people.
Extraction marked the directorial debut of a stunt coordinator, Sam Hargrave, and gave birth to this explosive action thriller. Chris Hemsworth stars as a black market mercenary named Tyler Rake. The story unfolds as Tyler gets hired to rescue the kidnapped son of an Indian crime lord. Besides the star appearance of Hemsworth, Extraction gives you relentless action, including a 12-minute one-shot sequence. The film had been watched by 99 million households in its first 4 weeks of release, the highest number for one of Netflix's originals. The success of the first film led to the release of Extraction 2 in 2023.
The reason I fought my way back.
With Hargrave directing again, Hemsworth returned in the lead role. Tyler is now tasked to rescue the family of a ruthless gangster from a heavily fortified prison. The sequel doubled down on scale and spectacle, but it still carried forward the emotional story. Hargrave, pushing boundaries of stunt choreography, makes the Extraction movies an enjoyable watch. There is a prison escape that will drop your jaw, and a fiery train sequence that fans hailed as one of the best actions ever put to screen in a Netflix original. Together, the Extraction films redefined what audiences expect from streaming action movies.
Semua berakhir sekarang.
The Night Comes for Us is one of the bloodiest and most intense Netflix original action films ever made. Directed by the Indonesian legend Timo Tjahjanto, the movie stars Joe Taslim as a triad enforcer who betrays his syndicate. His betrayal sparks an all-out war among the assassins, and his old friend begins to hunt him down. You will love this 2018 film for its relentless action. The elaborate fight choreography also carries Tjahjanto's typical style. The machete battles in cramped hallways and the bone-shattering martial arts showdowns are the perfect examples. The action is choreographed with surgical precision. Performances from Joe Taslim and Iko Uwais pushed action cinema to its limits. Over time, the film has earned cult status among action fans, cementing itself as a must-watch for anyone who wants to see just how far the genre can go. Counterstrike is a Mexican Netflix original, which is known locally as Contraataque. Chava Cartas directed this precisely choreographed action thriller. The film follows Captain Armando Guerrero and his elite squad of soldiers on their mission to rescue 2 hostages. But the rescue mission unexpectedly puts them against a ruthless drug cartel. With relentless intensity, the action scenes showcase the soldiers' strategic prowess and unmatched determination. To talk about the action, you will find tactical combat and the rawness of the soldier's journey.
Hay que estar preparados para lo que sea.
But the film doesn't compromise on the emotional depth. Performances by Luis Alberti as Captain Guerrero and Noe Hernandez as the cartel leader, Josefo adds humane layers under the action. The authentic portrayal of military operations earned massive appreciation from the critics. If you're a fan of tactical action dramas, Counterstrike is a testament to Mexico's growing presence in the global action film arena.
You boomers are out this late?
Boomers.
Yes, Karen. Boomers.
Back in Action marks the return of Cameron Diaz to the big screen after a decade-long absence. Directed by Seth Gordon, this 2025 film came to Netflix starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz as Matt and Emily. Being former CIA agents, the movie takes the couple back into the world of espionage after their cover gets blown. The action in the film comes with family dynamics, where the couple is challenged to balance a secret past with everyday life.
This is bad.
Right. I was just checking.
Chemistry between Fox and Diaz brings a perfect balance of humor and excitement. Back in Action works as a lighthearted action comedy that will give you enough entertainment on a weekend. If you're seeking a fun spy adventure, this nostalgic return of Diaz is a solid addition to Netflix's lineup.